Welcome to another chapter in the search for the next Titan. Last week on the show, two new companies engage in the tussle for supremacy with a marketing task from Heritage Bank. And two of the top contenders, Chinazam and Chibuike, are shown the way out of the Titan Academy. Tonight, another task and another winner. 10 contenders in the struggle to get a hold of the 5 million naira prize money, a brand new car from Briscoe Ford, and business support from world-class mentors. The carnage continues in the dreaded boardroom, bringing us closer to the last man or woman standing. It's full steam ahead tonight on the next Titan. The next Titan is brought to you by Heritage Bank in association with CFAX.
Welcome to CFAX Group. CFAX Group is proudly a Nigerian company with a global spirit and with diversified investments in conglomerates such as CFAX Shipping, CFAX Off-Dock Nigeria, CFAX Clearing and Forwarding Limited, CFAX Haulage and Logistics Limited, Sakol Skyway Aviation Handling Company Limited, and Ports and Cargo Handling Services Limited. CFAX Group is indeed a leader and corporate juggernaut affecting lives in Nigeria and Africa, with presence in other continents of the world. CFAX has been visible in positively influencing young entrepreneurs in Africa. CFAX Group, a pride of Africa.
It's a quiet day at the Titan Academy. The housemates are nowhere to be found, and Bassett receives the task on their behalf.
Do we have to do this again, Mr. E?
You don't have a choice.
Soon, everyone troops downstairs to receive the marching orders for yet another week. Bassett reads,
Dear contestants, how are you doing? Let me seize this opportunity to congratulate the Legacy Consults for their yesterday victory in the boardroom. This week, you are going to be working as marketing consultant to Briscoe Ford. Now, this is the task. As you all know, it's getting to Christmas, and most people might want to change the model of their cars or buy cars for their loved ones. And you're expected to cash in on this opportunity to test your selling skills on high-value products. Your creativity ability will also be tested in the following. Therefore, contestants are expected to sell various brands of Ford vehicle from Briscoe Ford. Contestants are expected to generate hot prospects for Ford products. Corporate organization or high net worth individuals are our target market. And the qualified contact must be a director, general manager, or fleet manager. In all prospects must be a decision maker in any organization. You're also required to create a payoff line for Briscoe Ford. Your judge, Kiari Buka. Now I'm giving the floor open to Lola. As in, do the vote, the ballot. Be the jagger.
Started is.
The house is full of reluctant leaders, but if this task is to be done, then someone will have to drive it.
I'll nominate first, then we go around. I nominate Lola.
I nominate Lola.
After voting, Lola and Basit emerge as team leaders for this unique task of selling Ford vehicles within 72 hours. Team selection is much easier, and soon they split up for strategy sessions. Upstairs, team lead Lola mobilizes her team with a speech and a prayer.
The first thing I feel we need to do is to understand fully well what this task is all about. The next thing we want to do now is to have a company name.
Do you know, I've actually done that already. It's a form Click.
Yes, Click.
C-L-E-E-K.
I think that's Click.
A new company is born, Click Marketing Consults.
Do you know anybody at any top organization, even if you don't know someone direct, have an insider that can direct us to who exactly we should be speaking with, you know?
I have someone. I'm hoping that through him, he will tell us what
people that might buy. Okay.
He knows how to manage.
What's his name?
Okay.
The same guy you guys met. That's his company, Alfred.
Okay, Mr. Alfred.
Bassett and his team are downstairs.
There's no leader anywhere. We are all leaders.
It's his first time leading a team, and he certainly has a lot to prove.
So let's make our target be on these three things: to sell, to generate a hot prospect for them, and finally to pay off lines.
I think of the name Dove. It goes with his name, as in Henry Ford itself.
Let's revolve our brand name around that makes the car exceptional.
Okay,
and
what about
just related to the marketing consult we are running.
Fast Race Consult?
Another new company is born, Knight Consults.
Knight are supposed to be valiant warriors that achieve the impossible for their cities or something like that.
But this is perfect. You know it's perfect. Knight, we achieved the impossible.
I think one of the things that could be the absolute winner for us is to create a massive list of prospects.
We are 5 in the team, and we are selling 5 cars.
Cars.
Okay. So I think that'll be all for now. Let's take a break.
It's day one. The would-be Ford sales execs get ready for a briefing at the offices of RT Briscoe PLC. This week, it's all about Ford vehicles, and Briscoe Ford wants to ensure that the contestants are fully armed with all the information required to make a sale.
Contestants are expected to sell various brands of Ford vehicles from Briscoe Ford. These tasks will be judged on the volume of sales and number of qualified prospects generated.
I think the discount is going to be the catch, because most people want to sell to our target is to get outright sales. That's our target. But when we see outright sales, when you tell them there's going to be maybe a 10%, a 20% discount, or a 30% discount, it's going to, make it.
Let's provide clarification. The prices were already discounted. If you walk into our showroom, you will get those prices that he has raised us. For the purpose of this task, we have to say, okay, what prices are we going to put out to them so that they just go straight. And what we are now saying is that for us to give further discount on this, we need to be able to know the circumstances surrounding that transaction.
A good selling point for any Ford vehicle is the safety measure. You understand? You always need to actually make sure you mention that to the customers that you're selling to. That the safety in all the Ford vehicles is very, very strong and very good. And that's a very good selling point in Nigeria where accidents are prone.
They even get a feel of the Ford vehicles for added inspiration. Titans get ready for the next 72 hours. They will have to give it all they've got to move as many units as possible or generate strong leads for the future.
I know, man. I'll thank you like that because another task has come again.
What I need from you is I will contact him. Just give it a shot for me.
This time around, they said we should sell a cow.
He wants a 10.8 million naira deal. Okay, but Mr. Bennett, can you do 11 million? Maybe so that I can still push further.
First, you need an escort car. Escort car.
So this is good now, or the other one?
He will need more than one. Police, yeah.
Okay, then you can do the 4x4.
4x4. Take your double check with this double camera.
Parent School Educational Administration and Monitoring System designed to work for all levels of education from crèche level to secondary level. Powered by Courtville Business Solutions PLC. 38 Commercial Avenue, Sabo, Yaba, Lagos. Our website www.courtvillegroup.com. Or call us on 01 453 0878. Courtville Business Solutions PLC. Enabling Systems.
You don't become a car salesman overnight, but these aspiring titans are willing to try. On the second day, a dispute on the click team sets everyone on edge. Chidima and Ella have a clash on strategy.
Come back. Do you have an appointment?
Ella, if you have a contact, we will get there first. When nobody is saying you will not get there.
But there's no problem.
That does not mean we will not try other places.
I'm not saying we should not try other places. The
What
places
are you
we're
now
going
saying?
to, as long as they are corporate organization, you need an appointment. Please, have you not been working
No,
in corporate
because when we
organization?
entered Costaris, we needed an appointment.
When we were
to see
selling
the
this
MD.
thing, you need a hand. You saw the MD.
Yes, we did.
What is he doing?
Sefi.
He's selling cars.
I was of the opinion that we should contact people we knew first in corporate organizations that were recognizable. If you're going to a corporate organization, considering the kind of product you're selling, you don't want to go to just a random office, but then we disagreed a little bit considering that it got a little bit heated, but then it was managed.
Other team members try to keep their focus on the task at hand, with Lola prospecting on the phone.
Office, it could even be a boss, a director, might be at the verge of purchasing one for Christmas.
Meanwhile, the Knights team is somewhere in the Lekki axis prospecting.
Right now,
I tell you this, young man.
Okay, sir.
When last we bought the XLT from Ford, we paid 5 million. And we will be happy if we get that price. Since they are putting you out and trying to tell us that we are getting good deals through this your program. So if you can get that to us before 6 p.m., I can tell you that we can make the payment to Ford.
Looks like this gentleman is interested. He decides to make a counter-offer of 5 million naira for a car that's worth 7.2 million. The Knights team is desperate, but just how far are they willing to go to make this sale? Osas makes a call to the client, Briscoe Ford. The prospect is driving a hard bargain, and the Knights team is trying hard to deal. If this works out, it might be their first deal. The rest of the team waits.
Do you have an older model? A 2013 model? Only 2015.
They make a final push for the deal. Looks like the prospect might do 6 million.
For 2015?
Yes, for 2015.
I thought I heard somebody say 6M.
I was trying to get him to do 6M.
Okay. Listen, if you can get us 6M,
installments.
And then we do two installments with a reasonable window. Okay. Yes.
Let me talk to Mr. Ferry. Sorry.
Once again, team lead Bassett calls Briscoe Ford.
Okay, but we can do 6.5. If is
Finally, an answer: 6.5 million.
Basically, I just spoke to the GM now. For that XLT.
What spread?
No, he said if you want to do two-time payment, it's not a problem.
2 times. So if you make the first one,
Okay, the tenor, but I did not ask him that. Let me find out.
But the deal is still hanging.
Yes, sir. Okay.
Bassett
Finally,
calls again.
I agreed to go for that XLT for 6.5.
Looks like the deal is about to fall apart as the prospect walks away. Back on the mainland, Team Click's first deal is looking promising. A major bank might be interested.
We're hoping maybe we can get as many prospective customers as possible and high-end individuals. Those are the target markets. We're looking at people who maybe have prospects of buying pretty soon, or maybe who is already at the verge of purchasing one.
And then it's more prospecting for the team. The teams are eager to sell their first car, but it's not that easy.
We were able to get in contact with Fidelity Bank, where we stepped into to strike a deal for a prospective, very short prospective relationship. We were able to get 10 SUVs, 5 Escape, and 3 and 5 Rangers that are confirmed that they would like to purchase before the year runs out. So this is what we're able to achieve at the Fidelity Bank outlet right now, and we're hoping we're still able to make sales. The executive SUVs for your top management staff, or perhaps the Rangers for pickup trucks, to pick goods from one place to another.
It's too slick for our own kind of. If you had it and you're the user, you don't want to give such a slick car to a driver.
When you buy directly from Briscoe Ford, they're taking care of your car for 4 years. After 4 years, you can choose to trade in and take a new one.
The major challenge we had in this tax was the fact that there was no money and there was no time. People need time to buy cars, people plan for cars, and this is Christmas.
It's the last day and still no sale yet for the Click team. Team lead Lola is hoping for the best. The team heads to Allen Avenue, where prospecting continues at 2 major hotels in the area.
We need to give them a reason to consider Ford first anytime they want to purchase. So we need to talk to someone. They need to feel us. That's the essence.
We have prospects, but then, selling a car really isn't easy. It was a crazy task. I wasn't looking forward to this task at all.
I didn't even work like a leader per se. The only times when I have to take up the mantle of a leader are times when I see that they're not thinking, they're not coming up with ideas, and I'm asking them, what else can we do? And they're not coming up with substantial ideas. That's when I take the decision of okay, this is what we're going to do, this is what we're going to do. But to a large extent, I was able to manage everybody well, and everybody was ready to cooperate with me as well. For this product, for Next Titan, and for the purpose of this show, they're actually giving you a 4-year service plan. 4 years. In 4 years, most likely you didn't want to upgrade the car. But you see, I still have to pay for the car. Yes. It's covered. Yes, we are.
They are major sponsors.
Yeah, we had the brief with the general manager.
Soon, they're getting some of their prospects to accept pro forma invoices. Whether these will become actual sales remains to be seen.
There are actually a couple of people who were interested, but I think getting people to commit was a big issue because of the time frame.
The They succeed in getting a client to come to the showroom to have a look at the Explorer. She seems interested, and the team's excited. Lola and her team hold hands and speak in strange tongues.
Lord, in the name of Jesus, this deal is going to be sealed. Our excitement will be confirmed once this car has been delivered, once the sale happens tomorrow. We're good. And I'm so happy about the fact that impossible is really nothing. Because sometimes when you set out for something, it's up until you get that thing that you actually know that, oh, I never knew it could actually happen like that, you know. And I think it's more about goodwill over the years. So we thank God.
Almost everybody in the house voted for her to be the leader, not just because we felt she was better than any of us, but it was a task that she had actually been preparing for right from the beginning. So it was well known that she was getting ready for it. And for me, actually, as a matter of fact, I was not praying to fall into the winning team. I was just praying to fall into her team.
The most important thing is that for me, she got the work done. That's what matters. Productivity is key, if you ask me. So I think she did well on that platform.
So we were working ourselves out, racking our brains for contacts. This woman, I contacted her last night, but this Ford Briscoe task, I've been putting it on my DP even before I entered for this show.
Ford doesn't use the terminology sales executive or salesperson. Ford use sales consultant. They believe you're a professional in that field. You should be able to identify the need of the customer and tell the customer how to solve that need.
One of the strategies we thought could work, one of my team members suggested, was that we should go and meet people randomly and tell them to come and buy a car. And the reactions we had was more of, are you crazy? Like, even if I had the 6 million or 7 million to buy a car, like right now, I'm just going to follow you and buy it like right now, really?
The night's team starts out early with a prayer.
Thank you for the beginning of our task. We thank you for yesterday and the day before.
There's no time to lose, and Bassett makes a speech to his team members.
For today, I want us to try as much as possible to manage our time, because today happens to be the last day of the task. So for wherever we'll be going, we have two challenges at the moment. Now we need to try as much as possible to close the sale for the day, and at the same time also increase the numbers of our prospects that we are trying to generate, which is very, 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 very important.
It's back again to Lekki, Victoria Island and Ikoyi, and lots of phone calls. Bassett and his team also succeed in getting a client to come have a look at the Ford Escape. It looks like this deal is not working out.
I wanted it in red. I didn't mind it in black anyways, but I wanted it in titanium.
The team is downcast, but they carry on. They must make that sale.
Task 4 is the most challenging task we have had. I don't believe any task coming after this can be as challenging as this task. You know, Briscoe Ford told us to sell their vehicles, and their vehicles are not easy to sell.
And again, pricing was also an issue for us because the discount that we got wasn't good enough for the customers.
The task is fully executed. Next up is the boardroom, where they will know their fate.
Welcome to Sifax Group. Sifax Group is proudly Nigerian company with a global spirit and with diversified investment in conglomerates such as Cefax Shipping, Cefax Off-Dock Nigeria, Cefax Clearing and Forwarding Limited, Cefax Haulage and Logistics Limited, Sakol Skyway Aviation Handling Company Limited, and Ports and Cargo Handling Services Limited. Cefax Group is indeed a leader and corporate juggernaut affecting lives in Nigeria and Africa, with presence in other continents of the world. Cefax has been visible in positively influencing young entrepreneurs in Africa. Cefax Group, a pride of Africa.
This week's task is fully done and the reports have been submitted. Everyone's ready at the boardroom.
Good evening.
Judge Booker is at the helm, and joining him this week are Lillian Olubi, Tonya Cole. Also present tonight as a guest judge is the general manager of Briscoe Ford, Femi Egwaide. Judge Booker addresses Lola's emotional meltdown from last week.
How did things go last week in selling Ford vehicles? But the only thing is that, has Lola kept her composure throughout the week? How are you feeling, Lola? How was the last eviction?
The last eviction was, in fact, I already planned to apologize for my outburst. It was too emotional for me because all of us we're not just contestants, we're now family.
We're now family. You know, ordinarily, we would have automatically evicted you. Do you know that that's the rule?
I learned so.
You learned.
Late.
You learned it late. Because it would have been one of those events when we would have had 3 candidates going out in one go. But it appears that it had affected everybody, even the other team. We saw some teary-eyed. But having said that, I think it's a lesson now that once you're in the boardroom, you have to behave like a board participant, right? No emotions. Even though emotions could also be a good selling trick. Right?
With the air now cleared, the judge gets to the business of the day.
The selling of Ford vehicles, how was that? What's the experience?
For us, it was interesting, and at the same time, it was challenging, because most times when we receive the task sheet every week now, we become tense because we know every week it's something that you have to do more. Next week you have to do more. So it actually brought out the I can do attitude in us and the win-win mind from every individual. But it was quite interesting.
But for us, I think it was pretty tough. It was pretty tough and at the same time very challenging. It helped us to drive ourselves even beyond limits. And we did our very best, and we hope we're able to meet up with expectations.
Having received the reports from both Clique and the Knights, the teams will now deliver their presentations to the judges.
So to get started, we came up with working strategies that would help us. Then we started out with consulting with 2 automobile experts, one into haulage and logistics, the other an automobile dealer. We approached them for possible sales, education, clarification, and partnership. We also had a short session on salesmanship at the Ikeja showroom of Briscoe Ford. We identified our target market.
We had a few challenges on our way. Briscoe Ford had no platform for trade-ins, which a lot of our high net worth individuals were interested in to avail them the opportunities for an upgrade. Then Briscoe Ford is also a very luxurious brand, and to get a buyer within 72 hours was quite difficult, but we secured credible prospects.
Next.
We were quick to identify our target market to be the corporate organizations and as well as the high net worth individuals. Our target market, after identifying our target market, basically, so we're able to identify our target market to be Victoria Island and Lekki Axis, which we concentrated on in trying to achieve this. However, we have different strategies we employed in executing our task.
Our execution strategy was divided into 3. We decided to first exhaust all personal contacts and leads. We then decided to create new prospects by doing cold calling and visitation to companies. Then we decided to visit Briscoe Ford's auto loan partners, such as Skybank and FCMB.
One of the key parts of our briefing was also to create a payoff line for Briscoe Ford. We eventually came up with a payoff line that says, Briscoe Ford, the better way to go further.
With the presentations complete, the teams are given the opportunity to have a go at each other. One goes on the attack, the other defends. There's much ado about payoff lines and market strategies.
One thing I would like to say, in as much as I loved the initiative of the opposing team in thinking outside the box and trying to go after government parastatals, you know, I'm wondering why government parastatals, because we all know that these folks take a lot of time to make decisions. There's a lot of bureaucracy, and the beauty about the task that we're given is 72 hours. Let's see what you can achieve in 72 hours. So, you know, why waste your time?
Part of our task sheet here is that we should generate prospects for Briscoe Ford. So even if we don't make sale, I believe that the Lagos State Inland Revenue Service was a credible prospect hot prospect for Briscoe Ford, and we were able to convince them to change their brand and start using the Rangers.
For me, Lagos State government is not just something where you can bump into and just talk to them within 3 days and you just accept them to accept. Of course, there are processes, all those stuff to go through. So you wasting your time there. I really don't see.
That's what we're just saying. We have an evidence signed by Lagos State.
Do a deal with RT Briscoe.
We are not postures.
No, as a matter of fact, we wanted to drop the deal with any other brand.
But do you see that? Do you see that possible within 3 days? That's what I'm saying, because of their bureaucracy.
We are generating prospects for future use.
Can we now reverse roles? You ask, and then you respond.
My question is to Basit. During your presentation, you said after looking at your target audience, you found out that you can find them in Lekki and Victoria Island. So I wanted to know, are you saying that people in the mainland cannot afford?
That's the place where they are largely concentrated.
Okay, they are largely concentrated, so meaning people on the mainland.
Largely concentrated because we have a time constraint. Where I'd rather focus on something that is going to be achievable rather than for me jumping buses all over.
And secondly, I'd like you to clarify something for me. You said you advertise your car on Carmody and Gigi.com, yes. But then do you know that this our platforms are for resale, fairly used brands, second-handed brands?
Yeah, they sell brand new cars. Excuse me, we have that on our report. We had AJ? We had like a poster where we designed the different product that we are selling. They sell brand new. Do your research very well.
There was this particular strategy which was key to us that we also took note of, which was borderless marketing. For me, I'm based in Abuja, I'm not based in Lagos. And we're able to get credible, there's a particular real estate firm that wants to buy Ford vehicles for their people, even outside Lagos. Why would you just limit yourself to a geographical scope? Can't you think
they limited themselves just to the island.
Listen, guys, because it's a report, we really do not have that luxury of time to point out everything. What we just did was just to point out the key. Listen. What I'm saying, we all
let him respond. Quiet.
Okay, on our strategies, we said we have
you have 30 seconds.
Okay, we have different platforms where we make adverts. Does not mean we're not on the mainland. Does not mean we didn't get high net worth individuals who called us from different angles of the state.
When calm returns, it's time for the judges to analyze the activities of the past week.
QuickFix Limited offers comprehensive facilities maintenance solutions, managing every task to be accomplished on every item of equipment in your facilities. Our competent management information system provides planning and tracking and gives you pinpoint accuracy in identifying problems and suggesting solutions. We continuously strive to deliver the highest quality service in the industry to our customers with the best tools and equipment using best practices in the most cost-effective and professional manner. Contact Quick Fix today at www.quickfixrepairs.com.
Okay, now I will allow my fellow judges to ask and interact with the two teams. Lillian?
I'm sure you guys you can feel the stress resilience growing. Like, I'm sure now you're ready to sell jets and planes. I think for me, the essence, I guess, with selling cars, unlike other things, is that it's a lot about an emotional connection. You're selling a why. Do you see? A lot of people would drive it for a reason. You know, I'm driving a Benz. It's a certain type of people that drive a Benz, certain type of people that drive, you know, a BMW, etc. And what I didn't get, I mean, more so that I got from Click, was driving home or trying to find out from Ford the why. Who are the people who drive the Ford? And so I hear, and I didn't get it enough in your report, but from the delivery, I could sense that you had taken some more time, Click, to sort of, you know, profile the customer in that way as to the, you know, what appeals, going from the different brands. But I'm not sure that Knight, you know, did that for me in terms of, you know, asking the whys. The Click, I was curious to know about the consultant you use. Was that a free service?
Yes, two of them, one in the haulage industry and another one in the automobile industry. For the automobile industry, the man already sells cars, so we wanted to create a partnership. Maybe he could get cars from Briscoe whenever he
instead of ordering from abroad.
In terms of the tagline, I tend to have preferred the dawn of luxury appeal. So the brand Ford already has the further, you said, go further. And I think that there's somewhat of a mental conflict where the brand of the car has further, and then you're saying you're a better way to go further. Am I, without the benefit of you explaining, am I competing with the Ford? Better way than who? Do you see what I mean? So immediately it just sort of seems they're distributors, and then so better than who? Better than the other distributors? Better than the Ford? Better than, so that you take that line, I think is so important, you know, to, and I feel, you know, it wasn't the dawn of luxury. I tend to like that, and I liked the picture, and I liked who used the former winner. I think it was yourself,
yeah.
Which I liked about the you know, pictorial for that you represented. But I also liked the look and feel of the Ford that you put, and it was very emotive when I saw it, and the brand, how it tied in.
First of all, well done. This is not an easy task at all, so well done to both teams. Now, I will go to the challenges that both of you have listed, highlighted as challenges. That is why it's a task. And the challenges came out sounding like excuses for the difficulties that you had. It's not, don't do that. Don't do that. They are challenges, that's why it's a task. And that's why if you overcome them, you are rewarded. It just came out like excuses, and this is for both of you. You are like crying that, okay, you know, you shouldn't. Now, for Click, first of all, the picture you had for your advert, where did you get the picture from? Was that a Ford picture? It's a stock picture?
Yes, we got it online and then edited it.
So it's a stock picture, you got that online, and it's just a tagline. Okay, fine. So excellent picture, excellent choice. However, if you are taking that and you had created a tagline that says that it is what the brand of New Dawn of Excellence, okay? New Dawn of Luxury, sorry. Now, once you are taking that, then you must understand that what you are then doing is that you are selling a premium product, and yet all you were crying about was price. The minute you say it's a dawn of luxury, once you put luxury there, and that is your tagline, then you know immediately that what you are doing is that you're selling at a premium to anything. So saying that it's a higher price than Toyota, than this and that, it doesn't.
We didn't really emphasize on that. I think they did. Okay.
It is not, it's about luxury. You did complain about that. You are saying that they were not flexible, they should have discounted, they should do this, they should do that. It is about luxury. So the minute you select that, then know that what you're going to do is sell luxury. And just as the other judge said, the minute you have identified that, then you can target who you are going to and what you are doing and what you are selling. What do they want? Some emotional connection. They are selling luxury at that point.
For me, just to ask, I don't know, what were the criteria you used for considering a particular prospect as hot or cold?
Our first prospect who came to the showroom was at the verge. He's about to get married. He's at the verge of getting a car for his wife. That was the first. The second we had was a woman who was about to sell other brand of car because she felt Ford was her best bet. Her husband drives a Ford, so they want to go for a Ford Explorer, and she immediately came to the showroom because she was very ready. The third person we had was also at the verge of it. So these are hot prospects for us.
Yeah, for us, it's our willingness to buy the product at that moment. Of course, we generated a whole lot of prospects, but for what we reported, there are people who are willing to buy within the 72 hours or in the next 12 months.
Let me just make 2 points. Okay. One is that the sale of automobiles is unique. It's not like fast-moving consumer goods that people buy on impulse. You're going home, your wife calls, oh, Indomie is finished. Okay, you stop the next guy on the road, let me have some Indomie, and you pay. You don't think about it. To buy a car has a lot to do with relationship. You can't just wake up in the office and decide that you're going to buy a car. It has to be planned. And so a whole lot goes into relationship in being able to sell automobile. The second point is that every time you create an impression that you are desperate to the customer, he starts looking at taking advantage of you to drive the price down. Ford is an elitist brand. Right. They didn't need to show that desperation because literally they were twisting me for discounts.
The customer would not know that they have that.
Yeah, the customer wasn't supposed to be told that they had just 72 hours, to land a deal. So we had situations where they were almost twisting me to change company policy. They were twisting me to change
they beg you
margins. Yeah, if you must make a sale that is not going to go into bad debt. And that's why we tried to, for the guy that wanted to pay 6 million and then 500,000 after 90 days. I said, there's no place for that in our company policy.
Welcome to Cefax Group. Cefax Group is proudly Nigerian company with a global spirit and with diversified investment in conglomerates such as Cefax Shipping, Cefax Off-Dock Nigeria, Cefax Clearing and Forwarding Limited, Cefax Haulage and Logistic Limited, Sakol Skyway Aviation Handling Company Limited, and Ports and Cargo Handling Services Limited. Cefax Group is indeed a leader and corporate juggernaut affecting lives in Nigeria and Africa, with presence in other continents of the world. Cefax has been visible in positively influencing young entrepreneurs in Africa. Cefax Group, a pride of Africa.
I would like for the judges, which one would be the winner for the pair of lines? Just the pair of lines.
Dawn of Luxury for me.
Dawn of Luxury. So that's Click.
Click, Dawn of Luxury.
Click. Okay. Mr. Femi, which one would you prefer?
The better way to go further.
Better way to go further. Okay, so we have 2-1 with Dawn of Luxury. So I'll give it to Click. Your pair of line is the one that we've chosen as the winner.
At the time of reckoning, however, an apparent problem emerges. Judge Booker asks about the bottom line.
Click. How much did you make in sales? Total sales. Okay. Well, it's a number. It's either a 0 or 100 million naira, right?
Okay, I think we had a very hot prospect.
You have hot prospects. I'm talking about the total sales. How much is your total sales?
We had one hot prospect.
It starts with naira and ends with kobo, right? That's the answer I want. Nothing, no stories. Simple answer.
0 naira.
0 naira, 0 kobo.
0 naira, 0 kobo.
0 naira, 0 kobo. We are in a dilemma now. So, judges, can you help me out? Which of the team would you say are the winners, since we do not have a winner? We have a tie, right?
Despite all the work done, neither Click nor Knight made any actual sales of Ford cars within 72 hours.
So we have to break the tie.
To break the tie, I would simply ask, did any of the teams send out a pro forma invoice?
Did anybody send out a pro forma invoice? Yes.
This presents a challenge for the judges, who turn to Femi Ogwaide of Briscoe Ford for some clarity.
Femi, in your own views, which is the winning team?
Okay, let me just say a bit.
Right.
It looks like I have 2 new sales executives that I just signed on, and they've done 6 months each, and it's time to say, yes, he can keep his job, or I don't need him. Right. That's typically the way I'm looking at it. And that's why I said that we have some key performance indicators that we look at to evaluate.
Sure.
The starting point is you are a salesman, you are meant to sell.
Correct.
So the first, and that is very weighty, is how many units have you sold over the 6 months period?
Straightforward, simple.
Yes. How many units have you sold? Irrespective of what the stories are, what the challenges are, how many units have you sold?
The judges might have their answer. To resolve this impasse, each team must present the numbers of pro forma invoices returned and the number of prospects reached during the 72 hours of sales activities. But do the judges have a card up their sleeve? Finally, the judges will take a vote on what team shall carry the day.
You're both very, very close in my mind, and I just needed this clarity to determine who will tip over. And for me, I think at the end of the day, I'll go with Click. I think they have won on my view, in my estimate. Correct.
For me, on the tagline, Click, on the strength of the prospects, Click, on the excellence of the profiling of the target market, Click, and so Click.
Click. Click, you are the winners. For that, you are going to have a special treat with the Briscoe Ford team.
There's one more item left on the agenda: the grave business of nominations and instant eviction. The Knights team is in trouble, but Judge Booker is all business.
Knights, we are going to have you nominate 3 candidates for eviction. Go ahead.
In as much as this is a very difficult one, unfortunately I would nominate myself because I'm the team lead. I'll also nominate Tola to my right.
I would nominate Bassett as the team lead.
AJ, Tola.
Bassett as the team head.
I'll go with Davis, myself.
With Osas nominating herself, there is a stalemate in the process. And so, in the first, 4 people, Bassett, Tola, AJ, and Davis, are in danger of eviction.
Welcome to Sifax Group. Sifax Group is proudly Nigerian company with a global spirit and with diversified investments in conglomerates such as Sifax Shipping, Sifax Off-Dock Nigeria, Sifax Clearing and Forwarding Limited, Sifax Haulage and Logistic Limited, Sakol Skyway Aviation Handling Company Limited, and Ports and Cargo Handling Services Limited. Sifax Group is indeed a leader and corporate juggernaut affecting lives in Nigeria and Africa, with presence in other continents of the world. Sifax has been visible in positively influencing young entrepreneurs in Africa. Sifax Group, a pride of Africa.
They put up their defense.
Of course, I'm an entrepreneur. I see myself as a risk taker. I don't want to, hide under people's comfort zone because just to survive. Of course, I'm a leader from where I'm coming from, so I see no reason why I can't just embrace challenges. So that is why I put up myself as the team lead just to lead the team. But unfortunately, we tried our best just to make sure this thing works. But I'm so sad we couldn't hit it.
I wasn't feeling fine during the task, but it didn't stop me from generating hot leads like Strand, who sent in a letter of interest, and I didn't know to push further to get the performer invoice. And I've put in my all and my best, and this is the first time I've ever been on a losing team or on a nomination, and I believe it's because of my contribution towards the team, as everybody would agree, and I truly desire to have a chance to continue on this journey.
I contributed immensely to this operation that we had. I worked extensively on the payoff line. I worked all night on the report. I was largely responsible for the report writing. And then I also generated prospect. I made cold calls, myself and the team lead. Aside from that, I am an entrepreneur. Straight out of school, I went into entrepreneurship. I knew I wasn't going to get a job, and I have a successful business. I wanted to learn more from this process. I want to learn more from you, judges. I'm very passionate and driven, and I believe that me staying on this process will help me learn more to help other businesses become more sustainable. Thank you very much.
Okay, I'd like to say it's always very nervous when I see other contestants trying to defend themselves, and now for the first time I have to do that. I really may not have so much to say, but being in the Next Titan house has taught me a lot. I have learned from everybody, and I hope to learn more in staying in the house. I did my very best, and I know that if I'm given the opportunity to still be in the house, I'm gonna contribute to every other task, and I think if I'm given opportunity, I would do better in the house.
Thank you.
The judges will now save 2 contestants and send the other 2 packing.
Femi, you are going to join us in this voting. You are all to give me 2 names that you are going to save. So 2 names of the contestants that should go back to the Titan Academy. AJ, you are saved. Davis, you are saved. Bassett and Tola, you've come to the end of the journey.
Davis, close to eviction for the 2nd week, and AJ are safe. And still another team lead falls on his sword. Bassett Bello and Omotola Omeje have been evicted from the Titan Academy. The ranks of the gentlemen are quickly decimated. Only 3 of them are left of the original 8 that started this journey, and they are up against 5 ladies who look like they're in it to win it.
It feels really good to win, like really, really, really good. I've always been on the winning team, so last week being on the losing team really tore me apart. So on this one, it feels good to win again and then to lead the winning team. Oh my.
When my name was called up for eviction, I started feeling tense, started having instant running stomach, and I was so tense that when I was asked to defend myself, I was short of words, but I'm so happy that at the end of the day, I was saved by an angel. I'm really glad that I'm still in the house, and I hope to do better next week.
This is my first time, the first time my team is on the losing team, and unfortunately, going home. It's not an amazing feeling, but it's been an amazing experience, and the Next Titan reality TV show. I've learned a lot, I've met a lot of people, and I hope that from this moment on, there shall be a turning around in my life and business-wise, and a better future ahead of me.
Man, Next Titan. Well, this is the end of my journey in the academy. Well, it's been a good experience for me, I must tell you, because I've been able to learn a whole lot from the academy. But unfortunately, I could not proceed to the next stage. Of course, it's a calculated risk, which I had taken even before coming here. I could either be that I'll go far, or, you know, probably stop along the way. But then I give thanks to God. It doesn't change anything in me. It doesn't stop me from being who I want to be, and it doesn't stop me from achieving what I intend to achieve in life. Of course, I'm a go-getter, and unfortunately, because I was the team lead, and our team lost. So unfortunately, I could not get to be saved by the judges.
Of the original 16 aspiring Titans, 8 have been evicted, leaving the other 8 contestants to pick up the pieces and live to fight another day. Next week, not average by any standard, the outstanding 8 finalists have emerged in this competition. The battle for supremacy continues as another 2 Titans bite the dust. That's next week on The Next Titan. The Next Titan is brought to you by Heritage Bank in association with CFAX.